We love it when Wildlife World Zoo drops by, and if you're afraid of snakes, then maybe you don't want to get too close to the TV screen. This is a Woma python, also known as a sand python, right? They look very cute. Actually, it's beautiful, but they are endangered. So Christy Morecambe joins us more on this snake that grows up to 8 feet long. It is a beautiful snake, I have to say.
He has amazing and beautiful coloring, and they're very unique. They're a lot different than other pythons out there. And I have to say, you are a natural. So if a snake ever turned up in your newsroom like it did in Australia.
I'm not afraid of snakes.
Yeah.
I'm okay with them.
You'd be able to grab them. Now, these Woma pythons are kind of the equivalent to the king snakes we have here in Arizona, because these guys can eat a variety of species of venomous snakes. They're immune to that snake venom. And one thing that makes these guys really unusual is how they kill their prey.
How's that?
So what they'll do is they'll go underground into a burrow.
Oh, that's right. I read
And
that.
being a constrictor, typically they would grab a hold of their prey with their mouth and wrap their body around that animal. But since there's not a lot of room underground, especially in some of those really slender burrows, they actually smash the prey with their body.
Really?
Till the prey stops breathing, and then they swallow that animal whole. Now, this python is gorgeous, but in the wild, they're going to have a lot more scars on their body, and that's because how they eat the food.
Okay. You know, it's funny, people who have never handled a snake and they see us doing this, they always want to know if they're greasy. They're not at all. I mean, beautiful to touch, and I love the markings on that thing.
Yeah, the markings are gorgeous, and they're very smooth. They kind of feel like a bunch of little fingernails almost, not slimy at all.
Right.
And if you look at his head, that's something else that makes him really unusual. So most pythons, they're not venomous, so they don't have the triangular shaped head, but they do have the head that kind of balls out. He has a very slender head. It's not much wider than his actual body. And he also lacks sensory pits around his mouth. And most pythons have those to help them detect warm-blooded animals.
Oh, okay.
These guys don't have those, and they think it might be because they prefer reptiles or because they do so much of their hunting underground in the burrows, they don't need them.
And I see the females lay up to, what, 19 eggs or so?
They do. Yeah, and they'll actually incubate them. They'll lay on them until they hatch, and they'll even shiver their body to warm them up if they need to.
Oh, really?
And then once the eggs hatch, they take off and the little babies fend for themselves.
All right. Well, Olivia says she's afraid of snakes. Olivia, you couldn't be afraid of this one. His name is Spencer, right? He's so nice.
With a name like Spencer, he's got to be harmless.
Exactly.
No thanks.
Okay.
Have no interest in being even in the room. I don't like the building either.
Well, I'm coming over.
You better not.
With it in my hand.
Scott, thank you. That would be the end of a lifelong friendship.